Now, we want to see a bit of what? A bit of the current reversal, but we will not avoid the weekend feed. Now we want to see a bit of the current reversal. Now we have a bit of the current reversal called T pickup reverse and T delay reverse. T pickup reverse means that the reverse should appear for a certain period of time. Typical delay. Does it mean it should remain visible? For a certain period of time, right? Or if after that it sees forward, it will delay your EDB trip and your carrier send by a duration in that time. Okay, just make it 300 milliseconds, make it 200 milliseconds, that's enough for it. 0.2, yes, 0.2, okay, is that right? Okay, correct. So let's set this up and try it first with the carrier send, and then send another configuration to try it with the EDB trip. So we see the carrier send, and it doesn't delay the story of Kyle or the context you are dealing with the carrier send, so we adjust it with the carrier send, and after Kyle, we adjust it with the send, right? What's your escape? 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 Because the underreach shows one pace, but the underreach does not appear. Okay, folks, let's look at the piece of the current reverse. You have this block and you have your voltages here. Why? Because it's useful.
Why your baton? For the sake of the...
Current reversal blocking is done with zone 2, blocking on current reversal. Zone 2, pickup, and current reversal with reversal 2. Working feed block and logic are due to other protection operations, meaning if protection operates, block the working feed. With the reverse zone, here block and block here is logic, and here is logic, but here block and logic. Here block and logic due to the operation of other protection, meaning if a protection operates. This is just the idea in the walking fit, Azus. Actually, the part where it sends an echo or does a walking fit reply to any other internal relay is made in such a way that it doesn't send with any distance. Zone start. In the MICOM, this is fixed, meaning if it sees zone 1, sees zone 2, sees zone 3, sees zone 4, it doesn't send. No, it can't send because it actually saw the voltage. Here, you don't have a relay, that's internal, so it will leave you. With 2 internal relays you can access. It will leave you. With 2 internal relays, it will leave you. With 2 internal relays, it will leave you. With 2. And I have, if it sees, it will send, and it will actually send 34, okay. But it wants to stop with 3 and 4. Who is the weak fit? Okay, and the second one, you will find, for example, I will tell you, the second one is the least block or club. We will talk about it when we go in again. We will talk about it, which is, what is the Parker part? What is the Parker part? The block of working feed with the phase failure, and here from the circuit breaker status, up no reoccurs, serves the working feed, and I am the carrier receive. So who concerns me? Current reversal. First, 2 rounds to block. Current reversal with invitation 2 and initiation 4. Current reversal with invitation 4. And my output is not just the smallest one, which is the IRVL operation of current reversal that we took above, with a block on edit reversal and a block on current reversal. Is that clear? Up to now. Okay. So look, sir, how is the story going? Here there are 2 lines from one station to another, and here there are other lines, or 2 lines running from station to station. This one. But you have, for example, generation here, or where's the second line? The same thing here. It tells you if there is a voltage on one of the lines, like the voltage here at the beginning, it tells you according to the power flow. For example, if the voltage is fed from this side, it feeds like this. And at the same time, it feeds from this side to that side. So for it now, this breaker sees the voltage as reversed. And what does the breaker see the voltage as? It sees it like this. Okay, now it will send to the other side. But the other side sees that nothing is happening. And since this side sees it, why won't it send? Right. So where's the idea for me? The twist It tells you if this happens, it will trip. Before the breaker is forced, meaning breaker B trips before breaker A disconnects, it tells you if the voltage is fed from this side, what will happen is the voltage will be fed like this, passing through this, then C, and looping around to feed whom? The voltage. So now, if breaker D sees the voltage forward, before. Breaker C, be careful before breaker C sees this voltage in reverse. Meaning if this sees forward, before the response of C sees reverse, meaning it took a bit from the side of the carrier sender, in this case, when you tried forward, and on the carrier sender, you felt what happened to the carrier sender, because the relay, to switch itself from identifying forward to reverse, takes a snapshot. It takes some evidence. So it says, I am afraid of the response between the relays. It might be that this saw from reverse to forward faster than that saw from forward to reverse. So what happens in this case is confusion about who now has the problem, or who sees this thing, because it was seeing reverse and then saw forward. But C is still seeing what? The forward voltage is still reversed. It saw reverse. So what happens is that now this sees current reverse, meaning it saw reverse, opposite forward. So it is responsible. That it prevents its line from being disturbed by the edit scheme. So, how does it prevent it? It is receiving carry receive from the other side, from C to C origin shuffle photos on 2. So it hasn't pivoted. It hasn't pivoted. So for it, it will remain, or in other words, it will block its edit trip. It will block what? Its edit trip. That's it. It was controlling itself. But how now? It becomes a carrier send to the other side, and this sees zone 2. C sees zone 2 plus carrier send, so it was forced to edit. So how does it prevent C from being forced to edit? And how can C even block itself? Especially since it didn't see a problem. It saw a void, and how does it see a void? So the responsibility, as we agreed, is on D. So what does it do? Just as it blocked its edit trip, it blocks the carrier send. Delaying the carrier send from D to C, delaying it. This way, it certainly delays the edit trip of whom? Of C, and thus until it allows it to see the reverse, or until it has tripped and cleared the fault. Is that clear? Now, let's move to another point. There's something called the evolving fault, and this is present in all relays. I'll give you examples of it. It tells you, for instance, that indeed this breaker tripped, but actually the fault. Or, for example, this breaker might not have cleared the fault while you have it internally within your line. Okay, in this scenario, you were seeing reverse with full forward. How will you delay the reclose? And delay the carrier send while the fault is within your line, right? If I'm not mistaken, you said there's no problem. Why is there no problem? Because when this breaker saw the fault, it saw it as zone 1 within its line, so zone 1 will trip. But the fault was in this area. Azu's here. So what's up with breaker C? It's still seeing zone 2, right? If I'm not mistaken, and this is causing a block on the trip hand, because this is a case of current reversal, and a block on the carrier send, because this is a case of current reversal. So for it, seeing zone 2 will delay its trip. But this is a hindrance because it's blocking the trip hand, but zone 1 will handle it, right? If I'm not mistaken, he told you no. He said in this case, if the fault is seen in zone 1, it sends the carrier send and doesn't delay it. And this is present in most relays, even in the MICOM. Previously, I told you that there is a feature present in the MICOM. As I mentioned, in the MICOM, it was written as added/Z1. What was written on the send counter? If a communication failure occurs, it will become a carrier. The second case is if an evolving fault occurs. The term edit/Z1 indicates that if the device trips in zone 1, it will become a carrier sender to the other side. So it understands what an evolving fault is. We will see how this is done now, okay? Now to simulate this, here we go. There is someone who wants to block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. They must block the current reversal with zone 2 start. This IRV, excuse me, what you are learning now is the IRV here, which is zone 4 start. You communicate on it, which is the initiation to current reversal. And here, any IRV, and here any IRV block that you are connected to zone 2, entering a note. And here the block you haven't made, so it's 0, bringing you 1 here, right? And you are not injecting zone nevers, so you are not injecting zone 2. So the 0 here is bringing you what? 1, right? Wrong. Now, if you get zone 4, this type of timer, Azusa, is off delay because the T at the end, and what type is this? Off delay, and what type is this? On delay, this is the T reverse. What's wrong with it? Which is your backup, the backup reverse, okay? So what will happen after the backup reverse? If it continues to see zone 4 for a longer period than this, it will output 1 here, right? Am I wrong? Understood, good. If after this period it sees zone 2 will be here. It will bring you 2. We bring 1. So this 1 will bring you 0, no problem. Why? Because the output is off delay. As soon as you give it a signal with 1 at the beginning, what happened is, this is the start, and when it takes 1 from its operation afterward, it remains in the normal place, which is the delay reverse time. Here we have the timing, the initial timing, the T backup reverse, which means the reverse must appear within a certain time period. And after that, if it sees forward, it will block for a minute. This is what keeps it blocked for a certain duration, which is determined by the IRVL. The IRVL exits from here and goes to block, creating a triple block on whom? On the carrier set. Did it reach, or can we stop and charge it again? Okay, so now we are at this point here. The purpose is that as soon as it sees zone 2, it immediately disconnects. This is not 60, this is 6, and we set it to 200 milliseconds. So it cuts off for 200 milliseconds. If I hadn't connected zone 2 pickup to this signal, what would have happened is that it would see the zone reverse for 100 milliseconds and then activate. It immediately resets. No, it triggers like this, right? Yes, even if it sees zone 2, it still. So if it sees zone 2, it will just remain off with the off delay time. The time of the off delay is 100, and 100 becomes 200. Originally 200, how much does it become? It becomes 200, 100 and 100, 200 originally, and it becomes 400. As soon as it sees zone 2, it gives you this part, as if you don't see it, and it starts counting this time of its own. Okay? Excellent. All right, I'm done here. Now I come to my injection part. That's it. Okay, look with us. So I will come to the first page here. What will I write? Reverse, reverse. 70 degrees forward, and reverse voltage at 15 watt. Oh, 1 ampere. Is this correct? Correct. And on the second page, what will I write? Volt zone 2. Correct. Zone 2, not zone 1. Correct. Nice before. Okay. So what happens differently for me? Okay, let's write a page about T and reverse. The word T reverse, word. The one below. Its time is already filled. Did I wake up the first page again? Or for 2 years? In the part where I see the delay part, just there. Right, so the last thing I have is the 200 milliseconds, correct? Am I wrong about the 200 milliseconds plus the carrier? Okay, you added up that the T code, no, the T code is related to the carrier. The bond wasn't sold originally, the carrier bond wasn't sold originally. Now, the bond is obviously there. We do it completely, there's no time for the bond. The bond comes out as instantaneous, the duration is instantaneous, it comes out as instantaneous, right? Okay, look, if I came and put this first page at just 50 milliseconds. 50 milliseconds, oh, this is just the tears coming out, right? Instantaneous oscillator, okay? you need to make this first page more than a millisecond, meaning more than exactly 100, indeed 120. I haven't brought it yet, like this. It might be delayed in the pickup of the reverse itself. How much is it like this? 200, right? 1 on 80. So it's delayed in, meaning if you want to calculate how, right? It might actually be delayed in the zoom for detection. Actually zoom for pickup, it's actually delayed in. We have achieved one page. Let me tell you something. Come on. We have 3 pages, Azus. One page works on hits. One page works on hits, but in reverse. 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 One page works. And the third page is the one we are in, zone 2, which is 31 and 91. So at first we will see reverse, we will adjust it here. The idea is that what happened with us initially when we were talking about the reverse page is that it became delayed. We see that it became delayed. Doubtful, and the name is reset. Is there a problem with the words? Nice. We have now done this with whom? We did this with the overreach. Is this correct? Yes, good. Who do you want to do this with? With the blocking? Good. We did all the work in the carousel, yes, permissive, oh sorry, blocking scheme, the blocking scheme. What will we do? The same thing, but because of the blocking scheme, the approach will differ. What happens in the blocking scheme is that I was seeing a reverse. So I was sending the carrier signal of the block, right? I was wrong when I saw forward. I was supposed to cut off that carrier signal, right? But if I'm satisfied, I won't cut off the carrier signal. I will keep it sent for 200 of the specific seconds until it cuts off. So what will the second reaction do? The second reaction will take place because it is observing zone 2 and not sending a carrier. It is observing zone 2 and the carrier angle. So it is supposed to take the second reaction because it is observing zone 2 and the carrier angle. Therefore, it is supposed to take zone 2 and the carrier angle.
Yes. That's the one that's open.
There it is. Right? That's what he was seeing in the sorting. He was seeing in the rows. There it goes. He took it. No. He was actually sending it to him at first, right? As soon as he sees a forward, he will cut the sending. The team gave it to her as much as she deserved. If this cuts the camera, the age will hit the edit. What will we approach with this? Because he sees his shadow and mentioned the receiver. We will see his weight. Yes. Wasn't he actually seeing his weight? And he still sees it coming and still sees his weight and the kerosene. So she will hit the add button. The key is better to sell this kerosene for 200 milliseconds. So I come here to take a breath. We caught it, but I will keep the contact here when it opens, all right? It will open after 200 milliseconds. Is that clear? Is that clear? Good. Now, we want to do an important step before we go to the trip hand. What will I do? I will make this scheme, what again? Overreach. And now, what do I want to do? I want to inject on the third page, I will inject the language. The same case, the same supposed carrier should appear with what number? After 200, yes, after 200 we will meet, we will see. Here it is. It came out after 200, right? No, come on. We are now on the third page. This is zoom 1 with 15 amperes. What's the issue? Look, it's nice. Carriers, what did you come out with? It came out immediately. It doesn't return to 200 milliseconds. That's because we are now, the injection of the fort here in zone 1 was seeing reverse. It flipped it in zone 1, so it doesn't delay the carriers. It sends it immediately. This is all you're talking about. This break, yes. This break, I'm standing here seeing reverse. Yes, and when this break opens, it will see the fort. But where is the fort? Depending on what is in the forward volt, I prefer to tell you that it might be something called evolving volt, meaning the volt of the boxes you have. So, the boxes here, also cause this breaker. You were trying a legal page, reverse, and the other forward, zone 1, cool. Forward, zone 1, meaning every volt is now inside my line. Yes, okay. Therefore, when the place comes to the profession at first, it tells you current reversal. We have page 1 reverse, and we have the second page, zone 2, not zone 1, in the area between zone 2 and zone 1. Do you understand? Yes, correct. Okay, fine. You didn't suffer? You have 3 pages, I noticed. No. Page 1 reverse, which is reverse healthy, then the emergence, then the third page, which is our zone 2. All right, if you are confused, if you're confused, if you are 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 confused, his turn. Okay, so what do we do? Now, what do we need now? Here, what is it? Disconnect this? We need here a situation of self-reliance and to operate the binary or the lining on edit trip here. Just pause momentarily. A little bit more like this. Now, here exactly like this. Save it properly. And right over here, just do it again. Exactly as before. Save after scaling up to level 2. Then finally save once more. We'll simply stop now until we completely finish everything thoroughly. Then let's continue with this application configuration. We are now working using the overreach 100 milliseconds and focusing on it. We now want the current reversal. We have reached the first page. 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 We have. We are creating the second page. The second is 30 ohms at a 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle. Is the speech over? Yes. We are making the transition. Now we start. The time is long. Of course, I don't want to make the transition. We are making the transition. I give carrier thief at any other frame, okay? All right, at 200 milliseconds. At 200, this is not for it, not the acceptance time, which is the time of the tearovers plus the T, not according to all the mechanisms, Azus, not all mechanisms work with the same logic. I mean, if T coordination, for example, is its time, okay, the full tearovers, look, if this is the tearovers, the time it delays, I mean at 200 milli. Yes, yes, look at the time. I did this at 300 milli. How much did it request? 300 milli. Yes, right? It doesn't request 500 milli. Yes. A planet is better artistically. No, it's like the snow that doesn't accumulate. I mean, it accumulates at the end, but it's supposed to be average. It's not zeroing out. What does he want? What is he doing? He's blocking the edit trip, not delaying. There's a selection frame and a block frame. He's blocking the edit trip, meaning it's like the edit trip is fully complete, right? Certainly, first and second. The edit trip there, if you take coordination, which is the 100, now it's 300, because the second time reduces it by 200 from the residence. I mean, what was supposed to happen? For example, when he came, he saw the horse and revealed the Lord. It was supposed to take 200 time, right? During these 200, after the 100, wasn't the edit trip supposed to come out? But what did he do? He blocked it. He didn't let it out to the sun. It came out after the 200, but here I made it 300. Actually, the 200 passed. And anyway, there wasn't an edit trip yet, so the edit trip came out after the 300. Here, it doesn't accumulate the times. Not all states accumulate the times. Aziz, okay? Okay, it will come out with 0.1. It will come out with 0.1 as well. No, it will come out with 0.2 because the time of the telephraser is the largest with 0.2. But this is what I want to see, just like that. It will come out with 0.2. Now, the 200 from the pills will come down for you, Aziz, but the 200 from the... Only 100 milliliters, that's the maximum. And the blocking is the same case. So 2 armies will remove what will carry your disease in reverse, and then what? Zone 2 reverse. And zone 2, but the disease increases hatred, meaning I will come here like this, I will choose this here like this, blocking and inject. Also, just the same case, but changing the chair, removing the chair as well. The block shortens, it is supposed to stand up after it also, right? But it was blocked. Okay? Okay, man, I want to tell you that I don't want to do that.